Hey everybody, it's Glenn Ackerman with Energy Awareness Training coming to you with another great class. Let me see if this is streaming. Hey everybody, it's Glenn Ackerman with Energy Awareness Training coming to you with another great class on energy awareness and consciousness and how energy affects us in our world. We got a great class scheduled today. Anything happening out there in the world that could relate to energy? There's a lot going on. So we're going to be talking today about how you can take what's going on out in the world with the whole hysteria, the whole rigmarole of what everybody's doing here with the coronavirus and how they're reacting, and how you can personally use that in these next coming weeks to advance dramatically your energy, your emotions, your consciousness, and use this as a major plus, as a way to go up. So I want to welcome everybody to the broadcast here. They've got new settings here. So we've got some new stuff to look at. So pardon me for the just getting acquainted here. There's a whole new look here to this live thing, and there's whole new controls and a whole bunch of stuff going on. But anyway, what we're going to be talking today about is how to gain emotional and energetic strength through the coming weeks of what we're going to be dealing with here with what's happening. And this is a wake-up call for people who are actively engaged in personal development, in self-development, who want to grow, who want to learn, and who want to be able to really know what's going on here from a deeper reality, from a deeper sense of what I call the energetic realms. And that's what we're going to be discussing today on the class here. So I want to welcome everybody coming on. And as we get started here, let you know that we are coming from a secret location in the jungles of West Hollywood, California. My little way that I mention stuff. And again, I always show the flowers of the day that we just got. Look at these beautiful, you ever seen an orange rose before? Amazing. Look at these magenta. Amazing. Talk about high vibrational energy. I always like to start the broadcast with high vibration energies. So we've got people coming on, and love to hear from every single one of you on the chat to just check in and say how are you doing and what's going on in your particular part of the world, on how you're dealing with this global situation taking place. I'm going to teach you some real powerful insights and tools to give you to be able to deal with what's going on. And we're going to go deeper into the hidden realities of that are taking place here. And people say, hidden realities, what are you talking about? Well, one of the things that we teach, and let me start at the beginning for people who are new, is I teach energy awareness training. And what is that? Energy awareness training is the ability to recognize and to be able to see and navigate the world that we live in from an energetic perspective, which means that there's a deeper level of understanding, a deeper reality, a deeper level of consciousness below the normal mundane world that we live in. So as human beings, what do? We're taught to get an education, get a job, find a mate, and go through the motions of life. And no one ever taught us that there's more going on, and that's why there's so many questions about how does this work? What's going on in life? Because what we're taught when we're in school, half of it is useful and the other half isn't useful. But there's a whole level of information and reality that we weren't taught that we have to deal with. So for example, No one ever taught us, going into, in grammar school, grade school, high school, how do you deal with an epidemic? How do you deal with with a virus that's taken over the whole world? How do you deal with when your life gets disrupted? And these are important things. But what you're going to learn today in the class is you're going to learn that there are parallel realities between what's going on outside in the world and also what's taking place inside you. There are parallels. So the same thing that we see going out in the world, the same principles that we navigate and negotiate the world in, are the same realities and the same situations that we're dealing with internally. And that's something that we're never taught about our internal life, about what makes up, our thoughts, our feelings, and our emotions, and how they work and why we're pulled this way and why things are pulled that way. And importantly, how to deal with the viruses inside us. The same thing that we see out here. How do we deal with that inside us? So we're going to be talking about that today. And we're going to give you some key insights on what's taking place. So again, as people coming on, glad you guys are coming on, saying hi. Let's go into, let's just observe what's taking place, first of all, out in the world. Now, again, I want to mention for new people who are coming on to this, energy awareness training is about the ability to recognize the world that we live in from an energetic perspective. And what that means is that, your seventh grade science teacher, told you that, hey, we're living in an energetic planet. Everything is energy that we're dealing with, protons, neutrons, electrons, and in seventh grade or eighth grade, when you're in your science class, you think, oh, that's interesting. But, it doesn't help you make the football team, or, it doesn't help you, ask the girl that you got a crush on, or it doesn't help you, with your after school job. It's not part of your reality. You hear these things and you're like, oh, that's great. But little did we know that knowledge is developed into a key understanding of how we live in this planet. And as we hear scientists, quote the energetic aspects and what is space, the ability to travel in space, you're dealing with physics and you're dealing with science and all these things. Then you have Nikola Tesla come along and say that if you really want to understand the mysteries and the secrets of life, then you'll start to look at things in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So now that makes a little bit more sense, right? It makes a little bit more sense in that, okay, so this vast thing that we call energy, it has a frequency, it has a vibration. It's called energy. So as I observed that, and I always wondered, maybe you did too, I always knew that there was more going on than I was being told. There was just, I remember even in high school, sometimes I just look at the ocean or I'd look at the mountains and I'd go, man, there's something so much deeper than what we're taught in school and what we're being revealed to. And that was the truth. And little did I know that Tesla felt the same way. So as this developed, and as I went on my own personal journey of trying to explore the world, trying to figure out what's this life about, what the things that are supposedly make us happy, I see so many people not happy. People just, if you have a lot of money, you're supposed to be happy. Well, some people are, a lot of people aren't. Some people say, well, if you get the relationship you want, you're going to be happy. Well, some people are and some people aren't. And I found out that there's so much more than meets the eye. And that's when I discovered and developed energy awareness training. And energy awareness training takes what the scientists and what Tesla has developed into these scientific concepts and brought them down into an understanding and awareness that we can move through the world with. and that we can answer the mysteries of what happens to us and why things happen, and more importantly, what we can do about that to protect ourselves, to avoid suffering, to move to a higher level of fulfillment and happiness in our lives. Because that's what we all want. It doesn't do me any good to know that a rock's got electrons in it. How does that have me have a better life? How does that help me stay away from the things that are harmful and bring me towards the things that are good? And that's what energy awareness is. It's the ability to take this life that we live in and recognize that there's a hidden reality underneath it. Wow, no one ever taught hidden reality, like the lost civilizations. Kinda. It's an understanding that everything that we see in the physical world is driven by energies that are unseen. Whether it's the table or the computer that you're looking at, or whether it's the clothes that you wear. Once upon a time, these things didn't exist. They came from an invisible thought. Someone said, "Hey, let's make some vests." Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, those vests didn't exist at that moment. They were just a thought. It was an invisible concept, and it was an invisible concept, an energetic form that became physical. And so if you trace back, that includes everything that we see in this world, every physical thing that was created has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And yet there's a part of us which is energetic that doesn't have a beginning, a middle, and an end. The energy itself is limitless. It's not confined to time, space, or motion. So we are energetic beings, and yet it's kind of a paradox, because we're physical beings. We have a physical body, and that physical body has a beginning, middle, and an end. And yet within this body, it contains a limitless energy that doesn't have a beginning, middle, or an end. So you've got two that's called what we call the paradox. The paradox. It's an energetic principle, which is two seemingly opposites. You have an unlimited energy and a limited energy. So as we start to learn, okay, well, how does that help me have a better life? Here it is. And this is one of the cores of my work, which is that energy has a power, a purpose, a frequency, a direction, and it gives off energy. It gives off information. Okay, so this makes it a little bit more clear when we want to understand the mysteries of life. Because as you may have heard me say, our education has been based on a linear system or a logical system. 2 + 2 = 4, A + B = C. Just kind of standard rote stuff that we learn in school. Well, that works great for the things that are linear in life, the things that have a formula and that go according to plan. And yet, as we can see with what's happening in the world today, there's a whole nother part of life that's nonlinear, or at least it does not fall under the linear education or the linear patterns that we're brought up with. That there are things that happen and we don't know why, or things that affect us, or things that go out of whack, and we're like, whoa, how does this happen? Why is this going on? And for many people, myself included, once upon a time, you think, well, I guess it's just, life's just one big mystery, and it's just one crapshoot, and you live and then you die, and that's it. It's like this simplistic. And I'm here to tell you, it's so much more than that. There's a rhyme and a reason why things happen, and there's a rhyme and a reason for what's taking place in the world today, because it's characteristics of these hidden patterns. Now, when I talk about hidden patterns, people say, why did you name this energy awareness? Well, I named it energy awareness because that's what I teach, and that's what everybody wants to know. Why do things happen? And the answer is found in the energetic worlds. And if you're aware about how these energetic principles work, then the mysteries of so much of life that's a mystery starts to make sense. And that there are patterns and there are principles and there are tools that you can use to take advantage of being energetically aware to have a better life. And that's why I do these classes, to let people know my work is to be able to get energy awareness training out to the world. And I've been teaching this for a number of years in classes and in coaching, and working on a book on this right now to be able to get this work out. Now, what does the work do? The work does a couple things. Number one, it helps you eliminate suffering. It helps you eliminate pain. It helps you eliminate the stuff that we go through that we don't know why, and yet we're in this negative or this down place. Can eliminate that and bring you into a place of what I call energetic freedom, which is the ability to keep your internal energy states, your thoughts, feelings, emotions, behaviors, resourceful, happy, response able to deal with whatever it is that you're faced with or that you're dealing with. So, and that's what we're talking about here. So every week I do a class here to introduce people to the concept of energy awareness, and I talk about some aspect of this. If you're interested in learning more, I have courses and information available on this, because this is a vast subject. It's all about life. Every aspect of life has a hidden energetic reality to it. Let's talk about the basics. Relationships, romance. Man, how much of that is a mystery, right? How many times is that, we try to do the right thing and we try to treat people right and we try to be honorable, and then the thing goes sideways. You think, how'd that happen? Why'd that thing go sideways? I was doing the best I could. I did everything in the logical, linear fashion to make this thing a success. Why did it go the opposite way? Anybody ever have that question? I sure did. How about business? You're in business and everything's going great. We got a go-go economy. The economy here has been going great for a long time. This president and the last president, we came out of a recession back, let's see, when was it? Pretty much came out of it about 8 years ago. So for roughly about 8 years, 7, 8 years, we've been having a great economy. Everything's been stable. People are making money. People are prosperous. And now, all of a sudden, that's been shaken up. All of a sudden, that's been disrupted. Why? Why has it been why can't it keep going? What's the deal? You wonder about that? Everybody else is wondering, God, everything's so good. What happened? Right? Same thing that could happen with health, God forbid, for people. Everybody's doing great. You're feeling great, taking care of yourself, and then boom. I have a friend of mine who's a healthy guy for years, works out, eats right, everything going great. And then boom, he got hit with a whole bunch of stuff and been laid up for about 2 years now. Going, why'd this happen to me? This is not the way it's supposed to be. Hey, well, now, so those are the questions people have. Why? And you can only ask yourself why so many times before just asking the question kind of brings you down. Why am I sick? Why is there a virus in there? Why is this going on? And the more you ask yourself the question, the worse you feel. Well, we want to give some clarity here today. We want to give a little bit of clarity on how these energy patterns work and what is this deeper reality that we're talking about, and how can we be more aware of energy? And I want to give you some specific physical tools for combating the virus too. So we got a lot to go on. I just want to say hi to a couple of people coming on. Hey, Alex, glad you're there. Hey, Ellen, glad you're here. Mark, great. Whoa, we have Nigeria in the house. I knew we go worldwide, but hey, now we're in Africa. Okay, so let's delve a little deeper, shall we? So when I'm talking about energy, it's kind of like the iceberg analogy. You've heard of the 10% above the water, iceberg, 10% above the water you can see, 90% below the water you can't see. And the Titanic wasn't sunk by the 10% you could see, it was sunk by the 90% that you can't see. So I have a saying that I teach that says that which we can see, we can control, right? But that which we can't see controls us. Now, we're being controlled right now by what's taking place out in the world. Now, this virus that started, according to the information we have, started in China. And then the virus started moving out. Now, it just goes to show that we live in a quantum world. And most people think, quantum, what's that going on? All it means is that we're interconnected. That what happens in China can affect us here in Southern California, or wherever you're watching the broadcast, or in Africa, so that we're interconnected. Now, here's the thing I teach is that which you can see you can control, that which you can't see controls you. Now, in energy awareness training, there are certain principles of understanding how this energy works. So when we're talking about energy, I'm not talking about some foreign concept. I'm talking about people, the people that you interact with. I'm talking about the activities that you do. I'm talking about the places that you live. I'm talking about the jobs that you do. I'm talking about the way you feel inside. All of that stuff is energy. Now, that energy, according to my work, is a power, it is a purpose, it is a frequency, it is a direction, and it's giving off information. And what I want to teach in today's class is that which is taking place outside of us is also taking place inside us. There's a correlation between that. The wisdom traditions say, as above, so below. As what I teach is, as outside, so is inside. So what do we have going on? Well, let's create a context, an energetic context, so we can understand. And the energetic context is understanding that in this world that we're dealing with, we're living in a binary or a dual world. Some would say the world of polarity, which means we're dealing in a world of opposites. And this is so important to learn. We should have been taught this as kids, that we have to understand, if you're going to really navigate this world, that we're living in a world of opposites. There's up, there's down, there's good, there's bad, there's right, there's wrong, there's good. Whatever energy framework you're in, if you're young, there's old. If there's healthy, there's sick. If there's light, there's darkness, right? If there's good, there's bad. So all of these in this physical world, what I call the third or fourth dimensional world, some say 3, some say 4, dimensional world we live in, this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with, at all times, we're dealing with polarity. We're dealing with one situation, one energy frequency or the other. Now, why this is so important is that if you're energetically aware, you're not surprised when stuff like this happens. This virus thing, you don't want it to happen, but you're not surprised and you're prepared for it. In relationships, there's a breakup that takes place. Okay, you don't want it to happen, but you're not surprised, but you're energetically aware. Business goes great, and then it goes sideways. You don't want it to happen, but you're prepared. Why? Because when you're energetically aware, you follow energetic principles. And one of the principles is that energy works in cycles. So if you observe the reality around us, even the daytime, there's different cycles of the day. And what is a day? What is it? It's energy we get. And you notice that there's different energies, different feelings throughout the day. There's an energy, there's a feeling of the early morning, the dawn, And there's an energy of mid-morning, late morning. There's an energy of noon. There's an energy of afternoon. How about late afternoon, right? 5 o'clock. Boy, you can feel that energy, right? Evening times. So what that does is it alerts you that things are always in motion, that they're never static. So what do you get in the morning? You get an enormous amount of light. And that light continues. It continues on into the morning. It continues on to the noontime, continues on in the afternoon, continues in the late afternoon. And then what do you know is going to happen around 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock if it's daylight savings time? It's going to get dark. Even though it was light, it's going to get dark, right? You expect that. You're not holding on to that. No, don't get dark. No, I need the day. No, you just know that's the way it works. So you know that there are times energetically when you're on top of it, when you're focused, when you're sharp, when you're productive, you can get stuff done. And you know that there are times of the day when you're tired, when you're not productive, when your batteries are low and they need recharging. So there's a system that takes place throughout the day that we're aware of. Well, it's the same thing energetically as we gain a wider perspective. So we've been going through, a great economy. Yeah, there's been a lot of shakeups politically and a lot of stuff going on, but at least economically, things have been going, pretty rapidly, pretty good. And now they've been disrupted. Okay, everybody was the world was relatively healthy, right? At least for the past 10 years, give or take, right? And now what's happened? Now it's not healthy. Now there's a threat taking place. So what this does is alerts you that energy has a power, a purpose, a frequency, a direction. It gives off information. Now, in energy awareness, we understand that even though there's hundreds of different types of energies, at loose, in the world, they can all be boiled down to that duality or that binary equation, which is what Tesla said. There's a high frequency or high vibrational energy, and there's a low frequency or a low vibrational energy. And these energies all have characteristics, which I go into my courses and into my trainings. But let's give it a headline. The high vibration or the high frequency energies are the energies of peace, of prosperity, of love, of joy, of peace, of continuing flow of goodness. Okay, we'll call that the high vibration or the high frequency energies. The low vibration energies are the energies of chaos, of worry, of doubt, of fear, of lack, of sickness, of anger. All the stuff that we don't want is the low vibration energy. Now, these energies are constantly interacting with us every day. And, wouldn't it be great if everything was rosy? If we could always stay in high vibrational energy, wouldn't that be great? Always happy, always joy, always free. Well, it is possible, but not in this dimension. That's in a whole nother class, but it is possible. But why do we have to go and deal with so much of the anxiety, the worry, the stress, the doubt, the fear? Why? We don't want that. What's the deal? Why do we have to deal with so much of that? And in energy awareness training, we recognize, again, energy has a power, a purpose, a frequency, a direction, gives off information. So let's take the high vibration information, the high vibration energy frequency for a minute. Okay. Has a power. Yes, it does. High vibration energy is the most powerful energy in the world, much stronger than low vibration energy. And its purpose is to fulfill. Its purpose is to bring light, bring fulfillment, bring peace, bring harmony. That's the purpose of this light, of this high vibrational energy, to lift us out of the low vibration and have us being able to evolve, to grow, to heal, and to attain our full potential. That's the purpose of this energy. The frequency, as we mentioned, it's a high frequency. It's a frequency where we elevate our consciousness or elevate our realities to a higher purpose, not just a lower purpose of survival, but so much more. That's where the arts come from. That's where expression, where creativity comes from. These are higher energies, higher dimensions, higher consciousness. And that's what the high vibration energy does. So all that's good and all that's beautiful and all that's creative, like these flowers, for example, total high vibration energy. Look at the beauty. They smell good. They look good. They bless people. That's an example of vibration. The flowers have a power, a purpose, a frequency, a direction, and they give off information, and it's all high vibration energy. So the information that it gives you is that high vibration energy attracts more high vibration energy. So in other words, happiness attracts more happiness. Joy attracts more joy. Abundance and blessings attract more abundance and blessings. Okay? Pretty straightforward. Now, again, under the law of polarity, if you've got a high vibration energy and those are the characteristics, then you've got a low vibration energy too, which does just the opposite, which wants to close down, which wants to create chaos, which wants to disrupt, which wants to bring unhappiness and suffering. That's what that energy does. So we have these energies at loose here in the world, and they affect us every day because we are energetic beings. We are our very nature is energy. As human beings, we're electromagnetic, beings. And as a result, we're constantly projecting what energy we have inside us, and we are absorbing the energy around us. Hence the law of duality. We got two things happening. We're projecting and we're absorbing at the same time. Now, as energetic beings, we want to, of course, stay in the high vibrational energy. That's what we want to do. We want to stay in the high vibration energy. We want to stay out of the low vibration energy. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, the first off is the understanding that we are energetic beings and that is having an effect on us. And understanding that the high vibration energy's information it gives out is that it attracts more high. It's the same law for the low vibration energy. The anxiety, the worry, the chaos, the negativity, that attracts more of the same frequency itself. So you can see that in what's happening with the corona thing. Worry, what's happening? This energy that came out from China, this virus thing, which is definitely low vibration energy. Let's go there. It has a power. Does that coronavirus have a power? You bet it does. Does it have a purpose? You bet it does. Its purpose is to spread and bring sickness. Is it a frequency? You bet it is. It's a low frequency. See, power, purpose, frequency, direction. What direction does it want to take people? Take them down. And what's the information that it gets? Is that if you're not aware, it's going to come after you and wreak havoc. So what we see here now that we have these definitions that the coronavirus is an agent of low vibration energy. Everybody see that? If this is making sense to you on the chat here, let me know. Give me a shout out here. They got a new format on this chat thing. So if this is making sense to you guys, give me a shout out and a yeah. Or if it's not making sense, let me know too, because it's an interactive broadcast here, interactive feedback. So we have these. Okay. So now that we've set how these works. Now the big question comes. Well, why? Why? Why is this happening now? Why me? Or why the country? Or why this? Well, in energetic awareness, we recognize that these energies, they're influencing us daily. And how do they influence us? They influence us in our thoughts, in our feelings, our emotions, our behaviors. because those things themselves are energies. Thoughts are energies. Feelings are energies. Emotions, behaviors are energies, because they're creating a direction. And they're either, and these things are creating a direction of either moving up into high vibration energy, into more peace, more awareness, more wholeness, more abundance, or they're pulling us down. They're pulling us down into chaos and destruction and despair. So we can see the purpose of the coronavirus is a low vibration energy frequency. What's its purpose? To pull us down. Great. Well, so what's it doing? It's doing what low vibration energy does. It's creating chaos. It's creating disruption. It's creating fear. These are all the characteristics of low vibration energy. Now, it's important to recognize that even though we're living in a 3 or 4 dimensional world, our conventional reality or conventional world, that science says there's 10 or 12 or more realities or dimensions. So if that's the case, then we're only seeing a small percentage of that, right? We're only seeing just like the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. So what energy awareness training does is it opens up the ability to go into higher levels of dimensions, not dementia, dimensions. In other words, to be able to move and navigate, because in a 3 or 4 dimensional world, if there's 12 or more dimensions, you're only seeing roughly 30%, if that, of what's going on in the world. And in energy awareness training, we always say there's another reality that's taking place. There's another purpose that's taking place. So how many times have you done something and you go, oh, and maybe it doesn't work out. And maybe at the end of it, you go, oh, I didn't realize that while I was doing this, I got into this thing for one, whether it's a relationship or a business or an activity. I didn't realize that when I was doing this one thing, it was really creating another outcome. And now I see that there was another outcome, there was another reality, there was another situation taking place than what I was doing. And if I'd only known then what I know now, I never would have done that. So what does that mean? That means there's more going on. There's at least 2 or 3 or probably a lot more than we're aware of. So it's like the grocery store. You see what's going on in the grocery stores nowadays. Everybody's, there's a panic. Is there something to be panic about? Why is everybody buying 200 rolls of toilet paper? Did they announce a toilet paper shortage? No, but there's a thought that, oh, the world might be coming to an end, God forbid. Oh, that creates a feeling. And that feeling, remember I said thoughts, that all these are energies. Thoughts creates an energy of an emotion of fear. That fear creates panic. That panic creates, behavior of, oh my gosh, I better stock up on 500 rolls of toilet paper. I better get it before, Now, are they running out of rolls of toilet paper at the market? No. So do you see how the energies that are constantly vying seep in to bring chaos? Now, here's the definition of low vibration energy: chaos, distraction, disruption, lack, desperateness. That's standard low vibration energy characteristics. Now, can you see how that energy is alive and well out in the world? We see that. That world is taking place because people are buying into, are believing this energy that's out there. That, oh, we have to, we're now, I'm not saying not to be cautious, but I'm saying that buying 500 rolls of toilet paper may not be, the best way to go about it. So the first thing that you can do is to become energetically aware of what's happening around you. And this is the point I want to make. Just like we see outside panic, worry, things shutting down, disruptions of routines, we have the same thing going on inside us ourselves, the same things internally. We have a part of us that's worried, that's disrupted, that's in chaos, that's upside down, chaos, confusion, distraction, disruption. And that's a part of us. That's a part of every human being because it's an energy. And remember I mentioned there's two energies that we're dealing with as human beings. We're dealing with the low vibration energy, the stuff we don't want, and we're dealing with the high vibration energy, the stuff we do want. And for so many people, it's a tug of war. It's a tug of war between the two. I'm happy. I'm not happy. I'm confident. I'm worried. I'm strong. I'm weak. It's this big tug of war. Now, most people don't know what to do about it. Most people are just, okay, I guess I'm gonna be a victim of this. No. Not if you're energetically aware. If you're energetically aware, you learn how to take control of your energies. And first off, you're not scared by what's happening because you learn how to take control of your own energy, which includes your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors, your beliefs about what reality is, and ultimately your behaviors. Is this making sense so far, you guys? Give me a shout out. Let me know if you're still with me. Hey, Tatiana. So, Alex, this is the answer to your question. This is my take on what's going on in the world out there. So, you've been on the classes here. Understand that this is a great lesson. See, in the next 6 to 8 weeks, one of two things are going to happen for people. They're going to be 6 to 8 weeks older with 6 to 8 weeks more of panic, worry, and doubt. They're going to, and that's going to compromise their immune system because let's face it, we got a virus. What does the virus do? It attacks the immune system. And so it can make people sick. Well, just hearing about the virus, what does that do to somebody's energy if you're not energetically trained? It lowers your immune system. Whenever you're worried, whenever you're panicking, whenever you're like, oh no, whenever you're in that, oh no, your energy field just drops. And that's low vibration energy. We want to stay, if you get one thing from this class, learn how to stay away from low vibration energy because that's the thing that's going to pull you towards misery. And this is important more time than any time that I've been alive. This is the time for you to become energetically aware and to be able to take back control of your energy. And how do you do that? First thing is by taking back control of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So we made the point that what happens outside, happens in the same thing internally. Now, what's happening outside, man, if you turn on the news, it's like the end of the world. I was looking at the news before I started the broadcast, and CNN just forecasted that Germany, that 70% of Germany would be affected by the virus. That's 58 million people. You hear that, and, Italy shut down, Spain shut down. You're like, dang, and what that does is it stimulates that low vibration energy. Oh, 58 million people in Germany. Oh, be scared, be worried, be afraid. You ever remember that movie? Be afraid, be very afraid. Oh, like this. Well, it's good to be cautious and it's good to be alert. See, the information that you're getting, it's either going to be filtered by the high vibrational energy or the low vibration energy. Remember, the intention of the high vibration energy is to keep us healthy, mentally, physically, emotionally, energetically, certainly, and to keep us proactive, to keep us response-able to deal with whatever it is that we need to deal with. That's the purpose of the high vibration energy. Remember I told you the energy is a power, a purpose, a frequency, and a direction, and it gives off information. That's the information that the high vibration energy wants to. It wants to navigate these troubled waters and keep us safe. The low vibration energy wants to completely disrupt you, wants to scare you, wants to worry you, wants to take you down. That's the purpose. So, just like Tesla said, these things do have a frequency, a vibration. And these are the secrets of how this works. So as energy awareness, if you're trained in energy awareness training or just learning about this, the key thing is to be able to maintain and keep yourself in high vibrational energy. How do you do that? Well, I have a whole training from A to Z on that, but let me give you a couple of tidbits on how to do that. The first thing is to not be led by your thoughts or the perceptions around you. Now, remember I said you can absorb the information in one of two areas. If you do it in the high vibration energy, you keep moving up. So when I hear that news, I said, okay, the news on about Germany. Okay, well, this thing's something to take seriously, and I better protect myself and teach people how to protect themselves at as much as I can. Someone else is going to say, oh no, first Germany, now France, this comes to the United States. And that news is going to take them down. That news is going to create more low vibration energy, more worry, doubt, stress, fear, disruption. What's that going to do to your immune system? It's going to lower it. Oh, that's good, right? You're did you see the catch-22? There's a virus out there. Oh my gosh, you're worried about this. But when you worry and you're in low vibration energy, it lowers your immune system. And if your immune system is low, you're more likely to catch the virus, right? But you're worried about the virus. But worrying about the virus lowers your immune system. You see how that works? It's almost comical. So right here, I'm going to, before I go on the energetic aspects, let me just give you a very important piece of information. Those of you who are here with me on how I'm dealing with this. And one of the biggest secrets that nobody knows, and for battling this. And I mentioned this on a previous broadcast, but I'm going to mention to you, fortunate who are on the broadcast, this is your greatest weapon against the virus, lemon. So now I'm talking about the physical virus. So what is this virus? It's a virus that if you get it on your hands and it gets into your face, you touch your face, and everybody touches their face, at least 20 times a day, if not more. I was watching it the other day. You just automatically get a twitch or a thing like that. So what happens is this is a virus, and the way it works exactly like the flu virus. It has to get in your nasal passages. It has to get into your respiratory system up here in order for it to mutate and spread. So that's why people are wearing masks, right? So they don't get it. Well, if you use lemon is one of the biggest solvents around. In other words, it's a cleaner. And I've been using it for years to avoid getting flus and to protect myself. And if the world knew about this, there'd be a run on lemons at the market. They don't know about it, but you do. So what I recommend that you do every day to protect yourself, and then you won't have to worry about what everybody else is worried about. You take the lemon, you cut a slice, you put it in the water. Like I take a cup, fill up half of this cup with water. And then I take a big slice or a chunk like this. This is about a quarter of a lemon. And I squeeze it. Squeeze the whole thing into the juice. Into the water. So I've got lemon, swish it around. Then I do two things. Take a big gulp of it and gargle with it, move it around, swallow it, maybe take another one. But more importantly, I take a drop and I just kind of put the glass like this, and I take a drop and I snort, just a drop, just a little bit of drop, just enough for you to feel the ping in your sinus, and then do the other nostril. And if you do that, that automatically neutralizes viruses, any viruses in your sinuses, and that's where it grows. That's where the virus grows. It has to get in there and it has to mutate. That's why they say people don't hear the results for 12 hours, because it just stays in there. You don't know if you have it or not because it's just staying in there incubating, and then so it can mutate. Well, you clean your sinuses out. I do it about 3 times a day. You're good to go. Now, I'm not making any claims, but if you Google this, you can see that the German Cancer Institute did a study on how lemon neutralizes the flu virus, and they've got studies on that. So this is also good for cleaning your hands. In lemon. Lemon is nature's natural cleaner. So you guys use it and tell your friends about it, the people that you really love. I'm not broadcasting this over. I'm telling everybody I know. But if you use lemon, you'll clean yourself, and then you're going to be really you're going to be protected. Put it this way, protected on that. So that's my suggestion. That's what I'm doing. That's how I'm doing to protect myself from the virus. Anybody have any questions on that before I go back into the energetic realms? Cool. So Dave, you've got to look at the questions here. The energy of the world is what they're addressing on CNN now. Yes. Be good to each other and calm down. Yeah, that's great. That's great until they announce that they make the next announcement that causes worry and panic and fear with people. And then what the point I'm making here is that of course we want to be conscious about this. But even deeper, we want to recognize not to be influenced by the energies all around us. Because even though CNN is talking about the energy and how people need to calm down, in the next 15 minutes, they're going to broadcast information that's going to scare the crap out of everybody. Okay, so they want people to calm down in one sense, and on the other sense, they're scaring everybody about with the news that they're bringing. So this is for everyone to be consciously aware. Okay, I just mentioned what you can do to protect yourself physically from the virus, and of course, be alert and aware. I just got news that a dear friend of mine who lives in Southern California, the husband attended some conference and brought it back. I guess he was around a bunch of kids and brought it back, and now she got it, and her 3 children have it. So you want to be, on the wise. You want to be careful. Here in Southern California, as I'm sure they closed the schools, they closed the theaters. I mean, they closed sports. They don't want anybody, getting together with people because there's a possible outbreak of the virus. Okay, so this brings up another interesting point that I want to make. And that is, everything happens for a reason. Remember, again, I come back to power, purpose, reason. So I believe that we're being shaken up. I believe the planet has a shakeup. There are different times it's been shaken up with climate change. It's been shaken up with wars. It's been shaken up with industrial revolutions, etc. The planet has periodically has a big shakeup takes place. And it's a living, breathing, energetic entity on its own. And I believe that our purpose here, as I'm teaching, is energetic. Is for you to recognize that you're an energetic being and that we come to this world for a purpose. We're not just animals here to eat and graze and then, pass away. No, we're energetic beings. And even though this physical carcass may pass away, our energies are constantly evolving. And as I researched and did the work for energy awareness training, I not only put science in this, but I also put the healing traditions, a lot of Oriental medicine, the concept of energy healing, and also the wisdom traditions of the wisest and the most spiritual and the most enlightened people who've ever lived. And all of them come to the conclusion, however you want to call it, that we're here to evolve our consciousness and our energies. We're here to you can see just the purpose of life. You have a baby. The baby doesn't stay a baby forever. It evolves into a child. The child doesn't stay a child forever. It evolves into a teenager. Teenager doesn't stay a teenager forever. It evolves into a young adult, and so forth and so on. And just like the physical aspect, I hope I've made that point today, just like the physical aspect has characteristics, so do the energetic. You can call them spiritual, or you can call them, I call them energetic, just so it doesn't, so everybody can relate to it. Sometimes when you say spiritual, people think religion, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking to you as an energetic being. You're here to grow. You're here to learn. You're here to evolve. You're here to overcome your limitations. You're here to overcome whatever's plaguing you or whatever issues that have been keeping you down. You're here to transform that. We all are. And that's why I created energy awareness training, because for so many years, I wanted to transform. I wanted to let go of the baggage that I had and the self-sabotage and the half of me, the half of me wanting to succeed and the other half of me wanting to fail. I didn't know how that worked. No one told me how this thing worked, and certainly no one told us about the bully that we have in our heads. The bully that we have in our heads. No one ever told us about that. What's a bully? A bully is somebody who harasses you for no reason. A bully is someone who makes life hard for you. A bully is somebody who tries to overpower you, who tries to demean you, who tries to put you down, right? Who tries to exert authority over you. That's what a bully is. And you got a bully in your head. We all do. It's called the human experience. I tell you what, I sure could have used that information growing up, that I had a bully in my head, because all that negative thinking, all that self-attack, you're no good, the kids don't like you, you're never going to be successful, you can't get this, you can't have that, but all that stuff in your head, you think it's you. So we all have an inner war going on inside us. It's the good guys versus the bad guys. It's the good friend versus the bully. Ka-ching, 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 like that. So it's literally our own inner civil war. And that's the same thing that we're fighting outside of ourselves. We're fighting this war on a virus. This virus is coming to get us. It wants to infect us. It wants to make people sick. It wants to take people down. It's low vibration energy. It's a clear example of how the energies work. No one told us that we all have an inner virus, or you can call it the bully in your head. Some people call it the reactive mind or the ego, whatever you want to call it. We all got it. And you can't be happy in this world until you overcome it, because it's constantly going to find a way to harass you. How many people have had experiences that know what I'm talking about with the bully in your head? Let me hear it on the chat. Love to hear your experiences on that. I just got that the other day. That's what it is. This low vibration energy is a bully in your head. Now, the bully in your head it wants to make you think there is no bully in your head. Oh, no, it makes perfect sense. No, you're no good, but it makes perfect sense because of this. Or the kids don't like you because of this. or you'll never succeed because your dad was right. It's the most logical thing in the world, that bully in your head. And yet, if you don't know it's there, that's what causes our human misery and our suffering. How many of you guys are up in the middle of the night? You can't sleep, and here comes the bully, bringing up everything you could be worried about, bringing up everything that you're insecure about. Oh my God, am I going to get the virus? Oh my God, am I going to keep my job? Oh my gosh, am I going to be able to have food? Oh my God. You see that? It's low vibration energy, man. And no one told us about it. So, these yahoos that go, well, just think positive. That's all you got to do. Just think positive. Yeah, sure. It's 3:00 in the morning and you're getting beat up by the bully in your head. And you say to the bully, no, I'm going to think positive. No, everything's going to be fine. No, and the bully says, no, it isn't. Don't deceive yourself. Man, that bully in your head is strong. It's strong, man. And if you don't have tools to overcome it, it creates inner chaos, inner suffering, inner disruption, just like it's doing out in the world. Do you guys see? Same thing going on outside, same thing going on inside. Okay, take a few more questions here before we go to the next part. Most people think they will beat more since the end of the world. That's right. What's the problem? I guess you're sitting on it. I guess the problem is your rear end. That's why everybody needs more toilet paper, right? That's the solution to the virus. Get more toilet paper. Yes, Vadim. Yes, indeed. Yes. Titanium uranium. Well, good. Food for thought. Do you use a new slice of lemon every day? Yes, I do. I use a new slice of lemon every day. Look, this is my basket here. I'm in broadcasting from the kitchen. I have a whole bag of lemons here. And this is good. This will be good for about 3 weeks, about 3 or 4 weeks. You keep them involved here. So yes, I do keep them. I keep them here. Happened last night. Alex says, I attract people that mimics the bully. Okay. Have those thoughts that are crazy. Do you guys see that it's the same thing going on inside that's going on outside? Okay. Now, my work is all about showing you how to neutralize that bully in your head, how to neutralize the bully, and how to neutralize the low vibration energy and move into high vibrational energy so that you can be free, emotionally, energetically free all the time. So that when stuff hits you, it doesn't affect you. See, this is what I'm talking about with the purpose of the work, which is emotional and energetic freedom. Most people don't have a clue on that. You see, what's energetic and emotional freedom? They're like, what? What's that? Freedom? I don't know what you're talking about. Well, because they're not energetically aware. Everybody now on this broadcast is now somewhat energetically aware. You recognize that life is all energetic patterns, and it's frequencies, and it's moving in one direction. Life is constantly moving. That's one thing nobody disputes, man. It's moving. The clock's ticking. Things are moving. It's going to be, wherever you are, it's going to be daytime soon, or it's going to be nighttime soon, or wherever. Nobody can dispute that. The key thing is being alert on how the energies work. So you want to be able to observe what's going on around you, but not be affected by it. So energetic and emotional freedom says no matter what's going on outside of myself, good, bad, ugly, in here, in my consciousness, lies peace, lies abundance, lies blessings in here. Now, that's what you call energetic and emotional freedom. But you know what? Freedom ain't free. Freedom ain't free. You don't get to that place just because you think about it. You have to train yourself every day. It's like, wouldn't it be great if you could just go out and run 5 miles, and if you're in Hawaii and you just run 5 miles down the beach, yeah, that'd be great. But you know what? If you don't even walk during the day, you're not going to be able to run that 5 miles. You're going to have to start step by step, process by process. And this is what energy awareness training is about. This is what I'm giving you is the dynamics of how this works. Now, the training is all about starting to teach yourself to be aware of energy in all its forms. So if you've ever made a mistake, or if you've ever been involved in something that you thought was one way or was another, and said, if only I had known then what I know now, I wouldn't have done that thing. That's an example of not being aware of how the energetic frequencies work. So beginning energy awareness training is the ability to start noticing everything's in terms of energy, to start noticing people's energy, start noticing the energy of a business, or the energy of a relationship, or the energy of a country, or the energy of a process. So right now it's pretty easy to recognize energy. I mean, you can see the energy. You can feel. Everybody is energetically aware now because they can feel the energy. Now you can't see it, but you can feel it, and you can. That's the thing about energy. You can't see it, but you can see the results of the energy. You can see the results, and that's what being energetically aware is: the ability to see the results of invisible energies. Excuse me, get a little drink here. Is that making sense, you guys? Okay. Now, excuse me. So, one other aspect that we teach here is that nothing changes until energy moves. Nothing changes until energy moves. So this is why, the bully in your head, I'm going to do a whole class on that because you need to know about this. But I think you understand the concept. That bully in your head will keep bullying you until you do something about it. Just like a regular bully. I think we've all been bullied, as kids. And that bully will not stop until you do something about it. He's going to keep going on and going on and going on. It's funny, when I was a kid, we had this guy, he was bigger for his age, and I guess nobody liked him because he bullied all the kids. And the guy is just, he just picked on everybody, and we didn't understand he was like twice as big as the rest of us, but he'd pick on us and he'd take our lunch money and he'd, beat us up, and just a horrible guy. And my parents would tell his parents, but his parents, they didn't care. That's why he was like that. So one day, all the kids on the block, we got together and we said, we got to do something about this guy because he's been bullying us, and were we in the 5th grade or 6th grade or something? He's going to be bullying us till we get to high school. If we don't do something about this. So we devised a plan, and we had one guy. We had one. He lived. He was always in front of his house, and we had to walk by his house in order to get to school. So we devised a plan, and we had one kid. We decided to give the guy a chance to mend his ways, before we took retribution. So there's about 4, 5, 6 kids. Now he was twice as big as, one of us, but he wasn't bigger than 6 of us. So we had one guy come down, and actually I was the guy. So the plan was we'll give him a chance to mend his ways, and if he doesn't, we're going to let him have it. So I walked down there, and I had the kids in tow. And I said, when I give you the signal, if the guy starts to hassle me, we're gonna gang tackle him and teach him a lesson. So I said so I walked up there, and sure enough, he walked right in front of me. He says, give me your lunch money. You got any money on you? I said, you know what? I said, you're a bully and you're not being very nice. And you better stop this right now because it's not going to go good for you. And he looked at me, he says, I'll beat you up right now. Who do you think? Are you going to stop me? Are you going to stop me? And I go, you'll be stopped if you want to be a jerk, man. It's like nobody likes you. What are you doing this for? He goes, because I feel like it. Just one of the guy was just a jerk. So he says, and now, and he says, I says, well, I don't have any money. He says, great. Well, I'm going to smack you good. And I said, wait a minute, hold on 1 second. And I gave the signal, and my 6 friends came up, and we gang tackled the guy and let him have it. And we were on the grass, man, and we were making him eat grass and let him have it really good. and we said to him, now, if you don't like this, we're going to do this to you every day. You hassle one of us. I don't care who it is. We're all going to come back and we're going to let you have it. And we're going to be meaner next time. And he got the message. And the next day, we all walked by. Guy didn't say a word. It was, we handled the situation. Now, I tell you that, kids, that's what kids do. You got to figure out some way to deal with the bully. The same way you got to deal with the bully in your head. You've got to learn how to deal with that and have a system to do that, or else it's going to drive you nuts. And the thing about it is that bully affects your thoughts, which affects your feelings, which affects your emotions, which affects your behaviors, which affects your immune system, right? So not doing something about it is an action. So every action that we take, it's either taking us further to where we want to go, health, happiness, joy, peace, or it's going to take us down to where we don't want to go. So I'm going to here do a process. Let me answer a couple of questions first and see if there's any comments on anything we're going to before we do the last process here. How does one practice this? Okay, well, I have a whole training. It's called energy awareness training, and I teach it personally. And I have it on. I have a video module class on how to do this because I can't teach it all in one fell swoop. It's like teaching somebody how to drive on a video. I can give you the pointers on what to do, but it takes somebody being in the car with you, driving you, having you be able to make mistakes, and being able to correct that. But I want to give everybody a piece. I really want to encourage everybody to learn energy awareness training. I mean, you're getting bits and pieces of it here because this is my contribution, to teach the world. But if you're serious about it, contact me and I'll give you the different methods there are to learn this. You can learn by getting coached one-on-one. You can do video classes are available. There's a whole bunch of different ways to learn. And this is, one day I want to have an energy awareness training university. That's my vision, to be able to teach people the basics. See, because what happens is now you've listened to what I've talked to you about today, and you go, energy awareness. Oh, high vibration, low vibration. Yeah. That which I can see, I can control. That which I can't see controls me. Yeah, yeah. And it opened up a realization, a deeper reality. Yeah, a deeper reality. Yeah. But then you know what's going to happen? That low vibration energy, which doesn't want you to be happy. It doesn't want you to be energetically aware. It doesn't want you to have full control and power over the darkness or the low vibration energy. And this low vibration energy can hack into your thoughts. And it has done so your whole life. Anytime you've ever had a thought of fear, of worry, of doubt, of dread, of self-attack, meaning I'm no good, I'm not worthy, I'm never going to be happy. Anytime you ever went into a place of despair, it was due to this energy, this low vibration energy hacking into your thoughts, into your emotions. It can actually hack into your thoughts. It can actually plant thoughts into your head. Do you know that? I didn't know that. You're saying that a foreign energy outside of who I really am can plant thoughts into my head for the purpose of pulling me into that frequency. That's what I'm saying. It's been happening to you every day since you've been alive. Now, energy awareness training shows you how to identify that. You've learned a little bit about that in today's class. You've learned how to identify the energies. And the first thing I'll teach you, who said that? Trey, how do you practice this? First thing is you start to become energetically aware. You make a commitment to say, I'm going to learn. It's like a language. Only it's a language that everybody's speaking, but they don't know they're speaking it. It's the language of energy. And everybody in this planet speaks it. They just don't know that they're speaking it. Think about that for a minute. Whoa. So step number one is recognize that everything you're dealing with is an energy. It's an energy frequency. And that energy frequency, remember, it was the fifth time I said it, whether it's a person, a place, a thing, a thought, emotion, a feeling, a place, a situation, it has a power, it has a purpose, it has a frequency, it has a direction it wants to take you in, and it's giving you information. So this coronavirus thing has a power. You bet it does. It has a purpose. Yes, it does, to inflict negativity on people. Power, purpose, frequency. Yes, it's a low frequency energy. Power, purpose, frequency, a direction. Yeah, it has a direction. It's moving out and it's moving people down. And what information is it giving to you? The information that it's giving is it's coming to a town near you. Be afraid, be very afraid. That's the information it wants to give you. Well, when you're energetically, you go, wait a minute, hold on. No, you're not in control. You think you're in control. But you and I, we choose what energy we want to be in every day. It starts with a decision. And are you going to take back your energy? Are you going to be energetically aware? Are you going to start viewing things in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration? If so, you'll be able to see the booby traps that are all around, the booby traps of life that we've all fallen into. And it's your choice. Or are you going to be energetically unaware? Some people, a lot of people hear the broadcasts because they're free. They go, oh, that's very interesting. That's good. Yeah, I can think that. And then they forget about it. And they keep doing what they're doing. They don't become energetically aware. It's like saying somebody driving along and a guy at the gate says, hey, don't keep driving down this road because it's slippery and wet and people are having accidents down there. And you go, really? That's interesting. Huh. And then you keep driving. No, people I want to be with are the people go, oh, there's a danger up ahead. Well, I'm going to turn around, man. I want to go to the safe road. That's what we want. So first step is being energetically aware. And it's a skill. It's not something that you can just flip on because you've been training yourself your whole life not to be energetically aware. It's like a muscle that you haven't used. You're awakening the muscle, but you haven't used it. So the ability to recognize energies, it's a skill. Alex, you're on the call here. Maybe you want to share a little bit on the chat here, what it's like. You've been studying energy awareness training for a while, what that's like for you. And then when somebody says, well, how do I become energetically aware? And you start to learn. It's like, how do I learn how to speak Spanish? Well, you can hang around, the local Mexican restaurant, and hear a word or here or there, or you can enroll in a Spanish course and learn, the step-by-step learning of how it works. And that's the same thing here with energy awareness training. We have a step-by-step program on teaching people how to be energetically aware. And every week I want to give you a snapshot of how that works. And I'm doing that today, especially in regards to what's happening out in the world. And events. So if you're interested in learning energy awareness training, contact me here. Send me a direct message, or if you're watching me on YouTube, you can email me at energytitan@gmail.com. energytitan@gmail.com. Okay. Alex says you need to take care of your energy. It's a routine. Yeah, you need to take care of it every day. All right. So let me give you something here. By the way, have you guys learned something? Have you learned something today? I hope. If you have, let me hear it on the chat. The whole point of today's class was to illustrate that the same thing's that's going out in the world is taking place inside you. And if you learn how to deal with what's going on inside you, you'll be able to deal with what's going on outside of you. This is what energy awareness training is all about. And I'll tell you what, the whole purpose is to heal, to recover, because every human being walking around is in recovery. Did you know that? It's not just for the alcoholics or the drug or the gamblers. No, we've all been wounded. We've all been through a lot of stuff, a lot of bad stuff, and we're all trying to process that. And energy awareness training is all about neutralizing and taking that stuff out, neutralizing that low vibration energy, and evolving into energetic and emotional freedom. See, if you can hear me, you were meant to be happy. You were meant to feel good inside. You were meant to have good things happen to you all the time. You were meant to live in a joyous, have inner peace. That's what you were meant to be. And people say, yeah, well, I don't have that. Yeah, I know you don't. None of us do. Until we learn that pain and that suffering that we went through is a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call to alert us that there's more, that there's a deeper reality going on, that you're more than just your physical body, that there's a whole nother, there are dimensions of opportunities. There are so many great things, even in this planet, to experience. So most people are being shackled by their past, by what they've been through, or by the disappointments, or by the bully in their head that says, you should be farther in life. By this time, I hear this all the time with my students. You're 30 years old. You should have been this or that. You're 40 years old. You should have had, you're 50 years old. You should have, you're 60 years old. You should have, all of that. And until you learn to disengage that bully in your head, he's going to keep beating you up. And that's why I create energy awareness training. So let me show you something really cool now. This is a process that we're going to do, okay? Remember I said nothing changes until energy moves. So let's just take a moment and let's just get centered. Okay, I'm going to give you a simple breathing method for you to get out of your head and for you to have some inner peace. Anybody interested in inner peace on the broadcast? If you are, let me know here. I'm going to shut this door. You interested in any inner peace? I'll do this thing if you're interested. So on the chat, let me know. Inner peace. Anybody interested in a little inner peace this morning? Trey is. Okay, good. One person. All right. Now, so Trey, I'll do this for you. The bully is in your head. That's where the bully resides. So when we're in our heads, we're the victim of thought. Thought is the root of all our suffering. We had somebody else? Oh, Alex is into it too. All right. So you've heard that we have 50,000 thoughts a day. Okay, 50,000. Some say maybe even more. And the thought process, I'm going to do a whole class on the thought process, but the thought process is riddled with virus thoughts. The thought process is riddled with virus thoughts. What does that mean? That means that the low vibration energy, remember we established this at the beginning of the class, the purpose of the low vibration energy is chaos, disruption, distraction, chaos. The low vibration energy sends low vibration energy thoughts into your head. And they appear, just like the coronavirus appeared out of nowhere. A year ago, anybody ever heard about it? No, just appeared. That's the way energy works. It just appears. It appears. It appears from an invisible place and it appears into a physical place. Man, I don't know about you. This is the most fascinating thing you can study, how the invisible worlds work that create the visible worlds. Whoa. So there's a rhyme and a reason for what we see. You better believe it. There's an energetic pattern driving your relationship. There's an energetic pattern driving your health. There's an energetic pattern driving your business. There's an energetic pattern driving your life. Would you like to know what it is? I certainly wanted to know. And that's identifying your energetic operating system. Okay, we covered that a little bit in today's class. So what I want to do here is just give you a little bit, give you an energetic moment here. Energetic grounding, energetic centering. So what it means is we're going to let go of the thinking. We're going to let go. We're just going to release. You know, it's like I had this cup. I'm going to just let it go. I'm going to put it down. We want to let go of the low vibration energy, even if it's just for a couple of moments, just to illustrate what it's like. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Go ahead and you guys who want to participate in the exercise, sit up in your chair, keep your spine straight, relax your shoulders, and just be aware of your lower body. Just feel the floor underneath your feet. Feel your legs. And all the worry and the chatter about the virus and what's going on, the lack and the worry, that's all in your head for now, right here, this moment. So let's take our attention out of our heads and let's put it on the bottom part of our spine, which I call the center point. So let's put our concentration down there. Why down there? Because when we focus in a location that's out of our head, we open up our energy. Remember I said nothing changes until energy moves? We want to open up the energy. So as you're sitting up, close your eyes and just tune into the bottom part of your spine, or what I call the center point. That's the center point of your body between your feet and your head. Okay? All right. Now, you know when you have to pee, but you're holding it in, there's muscles that you use. Okay? So we're going to do an exercise where we're going to squeeze our PC muscles or our butt cheeks. We're going to squeeze them for the count of 7. Why are we going to do that? Because that is going to activate and put our attention down to where we want our consciousness to be, out of our head and into our center point. So I'm going to lead you in the exercise. So here we go. Number 1, squeeze your cheeks, squeeze, hold, release. Number 2, squeeze, hold, release. Number 3, squeeze, hold, release. Doesn't help you if you don't do it. Here we go. Number 4, squeeze, hold, release. Number 5, squeeze, hold, release. And number 6, let's hold it for the count of 6. Here we go. Squeeze, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Release. Now you notice a little circulation. You notice a little energy is moving towards that center point. Great. So let's close our eyes. And we're going to just do some easy breathing. But we're going to breathe through the nose and we're going to exhale through the mouth. And I want you to imagine that your nose is down at your center point so that you're breathing from down there. Why do we want to breathe from down there? Because it opens up the channels. It gets more energy flowing throughout our whole body. When we just breathe from the location of our head, it doesn't. It's just a small percentage. We're breathing up here, but the breath and the energy isn't moving down. So here we go. Tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there. Let's take a nice breath through the nose. Here we go. Big breath. Big breath, big breath. Hold. Exhale through the mouth. That's right. Now, as we breathe, you want to imagine breathing all the way down to your feet. Here we go. Breathe. Big breath, big breath, big breath, big breath, big breath. Hold. Exhale. This is moving energy. Simple to do. If you do it, tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there. Let's take a big breath. Inhale. Big breath, big breath. Breathe all the way down your feet. Exhale. Good. Couple more. Here we go. Tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Pretty simple, huh? But notice we're moving energy. A few more of these. Tune into your center point. Feel the floor underneath your feet. Be in that lower body. Be actively aware of that lower body. Feel your legs underneath your hands, your butt in the chair, the floor underneath your feet. Let's take a breath. Inhale. Big breath, fill up the lungs of air. Big breath, big breath, big breath. Hold. Exhale loudly through the mouth. Great, we're going to continue doing this. Notice as you breathe, the thoughts start. The thought process stops. Because as you're moving energy, you're moving into high vibrational energy, and it stops the low vibration energy, which is trying to machine gun you with thoughts. Here we go. Tune into the center point. Feel the floor underneath your feet. Breathe. Inhale. Inhale. Big breath, big breath. Bring all the way down to your feet. Big breath, big breath, big breath. Hold. Exhale. That's right. That's right. Let go of any thinking. Stay out of the head and stay into the body. Tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there. Feel the floor underneath your feet and breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Great. You're doing great. Couple more. Tune into your center point. Again, be aware of your lower body and breathe. Big breath, big breath, big breath, big breath. Hold. Exhale. Again, this is your first exercise. Stay out of the head. Stay out of the thinking. The thoughts want to go, what's this? What are we doing? All that's baloney. It's all low vibration. Feel the floor underneath your feet. Feel your butt in the chair. Feel the legs on your hands on your legs. Lower body, couple more breaths. Here we go. Inhale. Breathe low now. Breathe low. Breathe low. Hold. Exhale. Nice. Tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there. Breathe. Inhale. Big breath, big breath, big breath. Hold. Exhale. Great. All right, one more. Here we go. Feel the floor underneath your feet. Feel your lower body. Feel your legs underneath your hands. And tune into your center point, bottom part of your spine. And let's take an energetic breath. Here we go. Inhale. Big breath, big breath, big breath, big breath. Breathe low all the way down your feet. Hold. Exhale. Excellent. Good. Now, let's stay quiet for a minute. We want to move into the gap between the thoughts, the stillness, the space. The degree of your relationship with silence and space is to the degree of your happiness. In other words, the better the relationship you have to be able to be in space, stillness, the gap between the thoughts, the more high vibration energy you connect to. So let's just take a minute, be still, be aware, put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, relax your shoulders, and let's just move into the silence, into the space, into the stillness, just for about a minute or so. And if any thoughts come in to try to take you out or distract you from your peace and your silence, just say the word release. That's all. We'll keep that as kind of like the mantra for our meditation. Okay, here we go. Sit up, spine straight, close your eyes, relax, release, let go, and just move into the stillness, into the space, into the silence, starting now. Keep breathing. That's right. Just let go. Relax, release. In the stillness, in the space. Again, feel that floor underneath your feet, be aware of your lower body. Stay in the silence. Release. 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 Excellent. Now, with your eyes closed, I just want you to think of one or two things you're grateful for, one or two things that you are blessed right here, right now with. Because energy flows where attention goes. And I want to leave you all in high vibration energy as we bring our class to a close. So I want you to tune into what you're grateful for, what you're blessed with right now. Could it be good health? That's a blessing. Your family, loved ones. Could it be the house that you're watching this from? Could it be the job you have? Whatever it is, just tune into what makes you grateful for right now. And we're going to take a big breath and we're going to expand the energy, the high vibration energy around it. So how about everybody let's start with health in your families. Let's take a big breath now and inhale the high vibration energy expanding around gratitude for your health, for your family. So blessed. Breathe it in, 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 and exhale. That's right. Let's do that again. Totally focused, gratitude, appreciative, conscious, and aware of your health, the gift of your health, the blessings of your health, of your family, of your livelihood. So much to be grateful for right here, right now. Everybody breathe it in. Inhale through the nose. Big breath, big breath. Feel the gratitude. Feel the energy. Feel the high vibration energy. One. That's right. And exhale. Nice. One more. In total gratitude for the blessings you recognize now are very precious. A lot of people don't have that, but you do. And in gratitude, let's take a breath. Inhale. Big breath through the nose. Big breath, big breath. Breathe all the way down to your feet. Big breath, big breath. And exhale. Nice. Feel that energy. Feel that gratitude that right here, right now, all is well. Everything is working as it should. You have what you need as you need it. You are conscious and aware of your blessed, wonderful life. Nice. All right, we're going to get ready to come back on the count of 5, back in full waking consciousness. Here we go. Number 1, coming back. 2, 3, feel the floor underneath your feet. Feel the chair, coming back in full waking consciousness, wiggling your fingers and toes. Number 5. You see, you can feel good right now, no matter what's going on out there, no matter what everybody else is doing. If you have the skills and you're trained, you can be happy, joyous, and free right now, no matter what. And that's what I want to teach the world. That's what I want to teach you. So I encourage you to learn energy awareness training. Contact me for further information or to talk about it. And let's see, here on Messenger or on YouTube, energyawarennesstraining.com, whichever way, we're all over the media and we're here to make a difference. Okay, let me check out the board right here. All right, you like that, Trey? Great. Listen, you guys have been fantastic. Remember what I told you about the lemon. So there's you now have basic skills from this class for your physical and your emotional and energetic well-being. All right, so this is Glenn Ackerman coming to you back from a secret location in the jungles of West Hollywood, signing off until next class. You'll be hearing from me soon. We'll be doing more videos. So stay well. God bless. Bye for now. You know, it's exactly what I talk about. You're living in a parallel reality. On one sense, everything's fine, and in another sense, there's a looming darkness. Everybody's pretty friendly down at the. They were when I was there. Where did you go eat? You didn't go out to eat?